So I thought I'd show you a typical day. I'm just trying to pick up my bagel. So as you'll see, I have a bagel for breakfast some mornings and I hold it on top of my arm. So I have to slide it to the edge of the plate, sort of slide it onto my arm and then pick it up with the other arm and then kind of sandwich it between my arms to be able to hold it. Otherwise it'll all fall apart. And you'll probably see, I think towards the end it does a little bit. And then I've got a cup of tea there, and I'll show you towards the end that that cup of tea is my ambassador mug from Sepsis Research Feet. I'm an ambassador for them, and I'm very proud to raise awareness of sepsis using my story. So excuse the state of me first thing in the morning having breakfast, but I thought I would show you how I eat. A lot of people seem to be quite fascinated by how I eat and how I do things. So in a little bit you will see how I blow dry my hair, and as I used to be a hairdresser, I quite like that I'm able to find a new way to dry my hair. It's not quite the same as when you've got two hands, because you can put the dryer and the hairbrush in different places to what I can do with my two arms. I can't quite get my left side the way I'd like to dry it, but I do it well enough. So I've got in this bagel, it's a bagel thin and it's a protein bagel thin. I try to get as much protein in as I can, and I've got bacon and egg and what they call plastic cheese, one of the like burger sliced cheese. So I've got that in there and it's absolutely delicious. My husband toasts the bagel just a few seconds just to kind of brown it off a little bit and warm it up. And I have to wait when he brings it over before I can pick it up because it's always too hot for my arms. The same, you can see the steam coming off my cup of tea sat there. And I can't pick that up until the cup has cooled down. But luckily the tea is still quite hot. I like to drink my tea hot. I used to be a hairdresser before I lost my limbs, and as a hairdresser, when you were working, if somebody shouted tea up, you'd have to run and drink it while it was piping hot, otherwise it'd be freezing cold by the time you got it. So it was always good to run out into the break room and get your cup of tea while it was piping hot rather than having it freezing cold. Now I've put it down for some reason, and that's a big mistake because then I struggle. I think I must have had an itch. Then I struggle to pick it up and it's never quite the same. There, it's going to fall apart now. I just know it is. It will be a little bit. I can see I've got egg all on my arm. Although my husband cooks the egg so that it's quite well done, sometimes I still get a little bit of yolk and I do get in such a mess. And I have to say to him, I need some paper towel, please, so that I can wipe my face and wipe my arms because I do get in a bit of a mess. But after this, I go and have my shower. There you go, look, it's all starting to fall apart. And I go and have my shower. My PA will arrive and she'll take me into the bathroom. We go and have a shower. And then I'll, after my shower, brush my teeth, go in the bedroom, get on the bed, I dry myself off, and then she will help assist me getting my clothes on. And then I go and sit and blow dry my hair and do my makeup, and then I'm ready for the day. So I just thought I would show you me having a cup of tea and having my breakfast. And I drink black tea these days. For some reason, I just can't drink milk anymore. It makes me feel sick and I don't know why. So I was having so little, I had to shove that last bit in because it was all falling apart. And I think Steve brings me a bit of paper towel now. There you go. And one of my PAs said to me, you have such little milk in your tea, Kim. I don't think you'd notice the difference if you had it black. So I said, all right then, make me one that's black and I'll see how I go. And I've never had milk since. I've never had a cup of tea with milk in it since. I drink a lot of fruit tea, but first thing in the morning, Steve always makes me a cup of tea, like normal tea bag. And I don't mind a normal tea bag, but I quite like the fruit teas. And I tend to have the berries rather than some of the fruits. I went over to Costa with my daughter the other week, and they had one that was apple and cinnamon. Oh, he's giving me my tablet. And I had to try it. It was just so delicious, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to buy them from anywhere else. I might have to go over there and see if they sell them. It was so nice, but if I buy it from, kind of like Tesco or something, they might be a different make. They might not be as nice. Oh, more tablets. That must be my antibiotic. I'm on an antibiotic again. That's been for about 4 weeks now, because I've got a UTI and it's not going away. But on Wednesday, I'm going down to London to see a specialist. So here I am drying my hair. Alison passed me my hairdryer, and I like to kind of do a little bit of one side, then I go perhaps to the top, then I might do the other side, and I just try and get a little bit of lift everywhere. Now, as an ex-hairdresser, I know that the drying a little bit and getting the lift at the root, if you lift it and leave the dryer there, you'll get that lift. And I like a little bit of body in my hair. My hair's so fine. I've got a lot of it, but it's very fine. So I like to get a little bit of body. It makes it look like it's thicker. So by lifting at the root, and I always use mousse on my hair. I've always used it. As a hairdresser, I used it on clients, and I've always used it on my hair as well. So when it's dry, I'll brush it into place, and then my PA will just spray a little bit of hairspray on for me as well. But I always lift at the root just to get that extra little bit of body. I can't stand my hair dead flat because it's so fine. It looks like I don't have much hair. And it's just me. It's just how I've always had it. So I still do it. And I just like my hair to look good every day. I like to have my face on. I don't like to go out without my makeup on. And even though I only have a little bit of eyeliner and a bit of foundation, I use a powder foundation. So you can't really tell that I've got foundation on as such, other than my skin's nicely covered with the same sort of colour. You can't see any blemishes really. But it's natural looking and I love it. It's a Laura Geller powdered makeup and I absolutely love it. And I use an Avon eyeliner, which you'll see in a minute. And I just have that and a bit of lippy. And I just feel like I'm ready for the day then. I can face people because I don't look a mess. I'd like to look nice all the time. People always say, oh, you always look glamorous. I don't know about that. But so here I am now. So I pick up my foundation brush and I've got, like I say, the powdered foundation on the side there. So I'm rubbing my brush in that to put it on. And then I will turn it round and put the foundation on. So I tend to do one side of my face and then I fill the brush up again with some more powder and then I'll do the other side of my, and I dropped it. And that happens occasionally. I had to ask Alison to pick it up for me. She's used to it. Every now and again I'll drop something and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, I've dropped it. Half the time they're in the kitchen or somewhere when they've got to come running back down. So yeah, I'll do the other side of my face. So this is the foundation. Then you'll see me go to the other side there. And now I'm getting the bronzer. And it's in like a big box. And in that one, there's a bronzer, a highlighter, a foundation, and I think there's about 6 eyeshadows to choose from. I don't put eyeshadow on very often. Occasionally, if I'm going out somewhere nice, I'll put some eyeshadow on. But I don't wear full makeup like I used to. I can't really put mascara on these days. I just get it. I've got quite droopy eyelids, so I just get it all over my eyes, and I just think I can't hold it up. You know, like if you've got hands, you can hold your eyelid up while you're doing it. Well, I can't because I need both arms to be able to put my mascara on. So this is my blusher now. So I do that. And now I'll get my eyeliner and I'll do my eyeliner. So I'll pull the top off. And then I'll check whether there's enough pencil there to actually do my eye, because with a normal pencil I can't sharpen them, but with these, because they're Avon, they wind up, so it's absolutely perfect for me because I can just put it into my mouth. I'd put the lid down on the side then, and I would put the other end of the eyeliner in my mouth so I can twist it up, and then I can use it without a problem. And you'll see in a minute, I'll push the lid back on, and then I'll push my head down on the top against my worktop, well, chest of drawers, and push the lid back on so that it's fixed tight, otherwise it falls off. And now I'll get my lipstick, and I always use a Maybelline long stay lipstick. I love these lipsticks. They stay on so well, and it's just so easy. I can screw that off, get that, put the pot on the side, get the applicator from my mouth between my arms and apply. And then once I've done that, I brush my hair, get a little bit of hairspray on like I've said, and that's me then ready for the day. Alison's busy making my bed behind me and tidying up all the creams and things I have to have on my skin. She's putting those all away for me. And she's worked for me now for 6 years. She is amazing. She is such a lovely, lovely lady. So there, just checking I haven't made a mess of my makeup. Making sure that's right. Now I'll pick up my brush, which is on top of my jewellery box there. So pick that up, put that onto my arm, and then just brush my hair through. I just like to make sure, I think it's the hairdresser in me, have to have every hair in place, you know, it all has to look right. And I have to feel happy. And once I've done this, I do feel happy. And then I'm quite happy to carry on for the day because I know that I'm done. I'm looking good, and good to me anyway. And off I can go out for the day and enjoy myself and do whatever I've got to do. That bit there annoyed me. I ended up flattening that a bit more with my stump as well. It was kind of sticking out a little bit there for some reason today. You'll see in a minute. I remember doing it this morning and pulling it down. I'm going to call myself a liar in a minute because I'm not doing it. But on this left, on the right hand side of the screen, I'll go back to it in a minute. Over by the lampshade, you'll see at the front. Yeah, look, there he is. I'm trying to get it to go right. That's it. That's better. There. Now I'm happy. Now I'll put the brush down. And that's me done. Hello everyone. So my name's Kim, and if you haven't seen my channel before, it's about showing people how I manage to do things as a quadruple amputee. I also like to warn people about sepsis. I lost all 4 limbs, all because a UTI developed into sepsis. So I lost my hands and my legs above the knee, and that was just because a simple UTI, as we all think they're simple, developed into sepsis and literally ravaged my body extremely quickly. I had no symptoms of a UTI, and then I started to get pain in my left kidney side. And I was in Spain at the time on holiday and went to the local hospital, and I just said dolor aquí, which means pain here, and said that. I don't remember really anything else. I don't think I said the word infección, infection in English. I don't think I said muy malo, very bad, or muy enfermo, I'm very ill. I didn't know how to say the word kidney or urine. So I didn't know how to say kidney infection or urine infection. So I didn't say the word infection. I now know that was the confusion from the sepsis. I'd got severe breathlessness, and I'd put that down to my asthma, climate change. I'd got extreme shivering, and yeah, I'd got a fever. And then I started to kind of put things together, and I don't know, my gut instincts told me something was wrong. It was more than just a UTI. So I thought, if I go to the hospital, they will know and they will suspect something, see me, check me, you know. I just thought they'd know more. Unfortunately, I didn't speak to anyone that spoke English, and apparently they x-rayed my back and sent me home. And I don't even remember how I got there. My husband doesn't remember whether he took me or whether I went on my own and drove myself there. I don't know. The next day, he took me to the doctors, and at some point, I'd got my phone out and I'd done a translate on my translate app. Now, I'd obviously done that because you couldn't get internet signal in town to be able to tell them that I'd got a problem. So I'd done it, and I'd put in there, I think I have a urinary tract infection. And apparently the doctor tested my urine, said I'd got a urine infection. At no point did he take my blood pressure and my temperature that I'm aware of. And my husband doesn't remember. So he then sent us to the chemist with a prescription. Now, I know I was already septic then, and I should have been sent immediately to hospital for IV antibiotics. And that's why I want to warn you that if you feel unusually unwell and you've got any of the symptoms that I've just described, and the last one was I felt like I was going to die when I woke my husband to take me back to hospital. But I also had really, really cold hands and feet, and they can also be, your skin can be cold to touch. If you can check your temperature and your blood pressure, if they are much higher or much lower than normal, that's a red flag. Get to hospital. Please, if you go to your doctor and you think it's something more, go to hospital. Just say, could this be sepsis? Ask them. Say, look, I've got sepsis symptoms. I know what they are. Google them. They're available everywhere. I will put some on the end of this video as well. So maybe you can screenshot it and keep it safe. But the other reason I wanted to come on today and do a slightly longer video was to ask people, if you've never seen my channel before, please give me a like, a subscribe, and, click the notification bell. I would like to know what you would like to see me doing in the future. Would you like to see more shorts, or would you prefer me to do more of my out and about, more of me using my prosthetics? I've got prosthetic legs as well, although in the heat that we're having currently, that's a no-no, because they would literally sweat off, because I just literally drip with sweat and I get too hot walking, never mind the legs would literally slip off. So it's too dangerous for me to do that. I have got split hooks, which are kind of got wires on, and if I push forward it opens the hooks up. If I pull back, the hooks close, so I can pick up things and do things with those. I've also got an open bionics hero arm. Unfortunately, it's too big because I've lost weight, but it's just sat in the box. But I can show you it. I can hold it and show you how it opens and closes. As long as I hold the underneath, and that's why I held the underneath of my arm, as long as I hold the underneath of the hero arm, the connectors inside will make contact with my muscles, so that if I move those muscles, and it literally is by either pushing down, the hand will shut, by lifting my hand kind of as if I would up, then it's as though the hand would open then, and that senses those muscles inside doing that, so it opens and closes. It's quite clever. So do you want to see me doing things like this? Do you want to see when I go out? What would you like to see? Do you want to see more content? But if you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe, and please share it. Please share any of my shorts videos, especially. I've got one that I posted a couple of days ago on TikTok that's going viral. It's got 3.4 million on it as of right this minute, and it is 4:30 on Monday afternoon. I think I posted it on Saturday, and it is going crazy. So please share. It helps raise awareness of sepsis, and it helps save lives. And that is the whole idea of me being on all the socials and on YouTube, to help prevent you from dying from sepsis. Because honestly, I was fit and healthy. I just got a UTI. It developed into sepsis. I'd never heard of it, didn't know what it was. I want you to know what it is. I want you to learn what the outcome can be. Limb loss or death if you don't get treatment quickly enough. So please make sure you read up on sepsis. You know the symptoms. If you're unwell, trust your gut instinct, or, just know that you're really ill and get yourselves to hospital. Don't mess about going to doctors. Don't call 111. Get to A&E, your accident and emergency room, whatever country you're in, at your hospital. Get there to your emergency room at the doctor's or ED, whatever you call it. Don't delay. Delay causes things like this. And if that doctor had sent me to the hospital when I'd seen him in the afternoon of that day, then this probably wouldn't have happened. It's the delay in me getting that treatment that caused my limb loss. But I'm here. I believe I was saved to warn you to save your life, or to save a family member's or one of your friends. Because believe me, at some point you will know somebody that's had sepsis and they might not survive it. But if you know the symptoms and they say to you, I'm feeling really unwell, you might then think, oh, they've just said they've got an infection. Wonder if it's sepsis. And you might, it might get your brain working to actually say to them, get to hospital, go and get treatment. So please comment below. Let me know what sort of content you'd like to see. Would you like to see my split hooks? Would you like to see me chopping up my vegetables with my my special chopping board that I've got? What would you like me to do to help me to get more followers? I'd love to get over 1,000. I'm not quite there yet, but I'd love to get over 1,000. And then I'd love to push this channel more. I've got 22,000 followers on Facebook. I've got 11.7, I think it is, on Instagram. And I've got 46.1, I think, currently on TikTok. That seems to be my biggest one. And yet I've got no idea what I'm doing on here, really. And I've got no idea what I'm doing on TikTok, because Facebook is the only one that I ever used until I lost my limbs. So bear with me if my videos aren't that brilliant, but hopefully one day I will learn better and I will do more. So thank you so much for watching. Please give a like, please give a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please share information with your family and friends and help me to save lives, because it's just heartbreaking. It breaks my heart every single day I hear of someone else dying, and it doesn't matter on what age you are or anything. So yeah, take care and thanks for listening.